Hey, it's Lily back again with another video. It's early in the morning and I'm just getting my day started. And I've been thinking a lot about this concept because I've been going through this phase of, decluttering and removing things from my life. And I've honestly have always gone through this phase so many times. But lately I feel like I got it under control, and the subject is most people actually have their things control them or consume them or own them. And I think especially really important, especially if you live like in a first world country, particularly I'm in the USA, right? There's just so much stuff that you can buy here. There's just so much things you can have. And honestly, there's just it is overwhelming. Like there's never ending things that you could own and have and want here, and it's never stopping. And so I used to be in a phase where I would declutter every freaking season, like every so often. It was kind of like a normal thing. Like I declutter and declutter every single time, but somehow I end up accumulating more stuff. And it's hard to think. I don't know, maybe about a few years ago, I didn't like that cycle. Like one is because I didn't like decluttering. It just took too much time. Like there's so much energy that I need to actually put in time to get rid of things, especially feeling the guilt of buying things and then never really using it. And then on top of that, buying things that I don't really like and they just sit in my 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 closet, or I don't know, just the energy in the mind and like the like dead like feeling and like exhaustion before I even start of getting rid of things. And so a lot of decluttering, phase that I was going through, and accumulating things over time was really troublesome. Now as time has gone on, like I hardly declutter now. I just have very few things, and majority of my shopping goes to other things like my investments or strategies and plans that I really wanted to work on in my life or stuff like that. And I figure that a lot of things in my life could go a lot more easier if I just had less things. And honestly, most people don't believe in that. Most people believe that the more things you have, the better. The more the better, right? Like the more the merrier. But you realize that, especially if you're an average person, you don't have a lot of space. You don't have a lot of time to put things, and how much energy it wears you down. It's just honestly time consuming is too much. And so lately I've been in a phase where like kind of questioning, like, why do we do this? Why do we just keep being in a phase where we buy so much shit and then add it to our card? Some of us are even in debt for stuff for it. Other of us just have too much stuff. We don't have space for it. That was something for me. Like, to be honest, I started to see a problem, for me particularly, when I didn't have space, to like be in my space that I'm supposed to enjoy. Like I started to dread the spaces that I'm supposed to be in, especially in my room. And most of the time I'm in my room all the time, and honestly I started to dread being in here because of how much brain fog it caused me, how much time I needed to do to clean, and how much like energy it took being in my space. And I realized that my room was just a closet. It was literally just a closet full of crap that I really didn't use. And I think especially during this time, a lot of people don't have a lot of space, or don't have extra money to really spend on useless things because the economy is not that great. No matter if the news says it's doing awesome, we all know that's not very true. Some of us also, have to change jobs, have to gotten laid off, maybe had a like life situations happen to just like new families or babies or getting married. Some of us have to downsize, but I just know a lot of people who are experiencing hardship, even some that don't even say it at all, but you can tell. But the truth is, we don't have a lot of space. We just don't have a lot of time and money to throw at things unless you have space for it or additional surplus of money. And a lot of people let their things own them because they actually don't own themselves. They don't understand that the more stuff you receive and the more stuff you get doesn't make your life any better. There is a tipping point, like everything, right? You can only get as much as happy until a certain point. And realizing the more stuff you have sometimes doesn't make you any happier. I think a lot of people also are searching for fulfillment. They're searching for contentment, searching to fulfill a void in themselves, and oftentimes they buy things just to feel that way, just to fill it in and to feel that feeling. Some people are falling for like a high dopamine whenever they buy something or they get something new. Like I used to feel that way when I go to the store and I buy like a new piece of clothing. I would be so freaking hyped. I would be like, shoot, like I'm gonna wear this. And because you're not, like another week or two, like sometimes I don't even wear it, like, and or I wear it once or twice and I let it be there, and the hype goes away and I go on another chase to search for the latest new item. And I think social media also promotes this. And I already talked a lot about how I'm not a big fan of social media and how I don't really try to be on that app because it takes so much time of you, like, and especially makes you broke. And social media is a tool, we all know it's a marketing tool to help market to certain people to buy something. And it's a great tool for people who want to sell things online. It's a great tool for people who want to get exposure to their business, but it's not great for people who don't have self-control. And so social media kind of like pushes you to want to buy things, that you're missing out on things, that you need things, and without these things your life isn't complete, or you feel empty, or you're behind, stuff like that. They really focus on targeting your emotions. And if you're a person who isn't like regulating themselves or doesn't their emotions or doesn't really know themselves, you will fall more victim to purchasing items and adding it to your cart no matter what. And I think social media, they know the psychology of people and what makes them tick. And that's why we end up buying things. Lately, too, when you go watch videos and feeds, you can't, like, especially here on YouTube, you can't really skip a video unless you can't really, like, you can't keep watching a full video unless you skip the ad, right? Like, the video. You can't, like, you always have to go through an ad. And even if you have content that's paid or not paid, like, for example, I don't have any ads running on my, I don't get ad revenue on my my account because I don't have a lot of followers, or I just don't have a lot of view. But more likely you still get an ad because YouTube still needs to promote ads. People pay to have ads running on YouTube. So in general, there's just ads no matter what, like no matter what creator you're watching at, no matter what stage, and you're just gonna keep getting bombarded by like ads. Another thing too is that lately a lot of YouTubers add ads more too, like they have sponsors, and which I think is great. Like, you can make income just doing great content. But lately there's like ads over ads. Like now videos you see, it's just ads of people, like ads of not really people's like vlogs or experience. It's just ads for another company, making it look like a normal video. And it's gotten really sneaky, right? It's gotten into a place where like, wow, that's cool. And how, like it just feels that way. And I also started to see videos of people like stocking their whole freaking fridge of food that looks completely wasteful. And nobody in their normal mind stocks the way that they do. I wish I could show you some videos of them, but I'm sure you see them all. Like a lot of people do restock videos about their pantries and their kitchen or like their bathroom. Like literally they purchase like 20 bottles of shampoo for one person or for a guest bathroom. I don't know. It looks like a hotel to me, but to be honest, it's just weird. It's weird. Like you don't need that much stuff. On top of that, people are always going on hauls and buying things, which again, I was a victim of that too. Like, or I was guilty of it when you say victim, but both vice versa, whatever perspective you want to see it. But honestly, I did that. I would love going on hauls. I like buying a lot of things because it just felt so much exciting. And guess what? Like that money got blown to waste, and it doesn't work for me. Like now I'm kind of like, well, that was stupid. And thank God I never went down like a deep dark hole where you get people in debt. Like honestly, can we talk about like how normal for people to be in debt, which should not be freaking normal. Like people shouldn't be in debt. Like you shouldn't try to be in debt for your things. Maybe you should be in debt for like maybe a house, like a mortgage. Maybe you should be in debt for like I don't even want to say student loans because, to be honest, like, we can talk about student loan too. Like, it's just so fucking expensive. Like, some people are in debt for student loans for degrees that are useless. And I don't want to be all mean in here, but let's say the truth is true. I try to avoid as much debt as possible. I'm really grateful I'd never got in debt for my college degree. But to be honest, like, it's really crazy. It's like people are constantly putting themselves into those spaces. Maybe I'll make a whole video about that. But the other thing is that, like, people actually spend their whole life buying things and adding it to their expenses and realizing they're only working for things. They're working for their clothes, their shoes, to maybe impress people they don't even know or don't even like. Like, I don't know what for, but they carry these things, and you die, you don't even go with it. Like, these things that just don't appreciate or even being used. I get you can buy things that make you happy, like a scarf or something, I don't know, something that makes you happy, but you don't need that much stuff to live. Like, we are just people who are looking for more connections and more deeper relationship and meaningful life purposes. And you're not going to get it out of the stuff that you buy from your paycheck. And I feel like I have lived in a very small space. I'm not going to lie. Like, I am very limited on my space. And that's one reason why I don't buy a lot of shit. And the most things I usually spend my money on is food, experiences, and maybe I go out a little bit. Like, trying to think of things I spend money on. Maybe some of my investment. I'm trying to retire. Like, literally, does people retire these days? Like, I'm trying to do that. But anyways, I don't try to spend all stuff on Fergalist. Doesn't mean I don't go shopping, because I like to shop. Like, I like to shop some nice stuff, but I don't have the space for it. In reality, the stuff today are just really crappy, and I can make a whole nother video about that. Like, the stuff here is like really crappy. You buy online or buy in the stores, it's like, I just don't, just not the quality that I used to be. Like, now I don't even go hype to go shopping, because all the crap that I get is the same old crappy things. They're not even good anymore. So otherwise than that, I just want to let people know that don't let your things own you. Don't work your whole life buying things, and then you have to go back to work honestly, and back all the time, and then wondering why you have no money to live your life. Like, to be honest, try moving once. Like, you don't want to carry your shit. Like, after I moved once, I didn't want to carry my shit, and tried my decluttering phase. Like, I was decluttering every single time. Let me tell you, I could have done so much crap a lot better than just decluttering. But just try to think about that. Look at your stuff today and look at it and just really think about, like, do I really need this? If I were to get rid of it, will I notice it's gone? And if I also have things around my home that I usually look at as well, I always ask myself, like, does this make me happy? So, what is that? The Marie Kondo? I haven't watched her video, but she sounds great to me. Like, just look at it. Does it really make you happy? Was it worth the purchase? Will you buy this again? I always ask people, will you buy this again? And if someone stole it from you, like, would you go buy it again? That's one thing that's really important. Sometimes I realize the things I got rid of, like, I didn't even want, like, 100%. Like, if I were to give it away, I forgot. Like, literally, there's a bag waiting in my car to be donated, and I usually let it sit for, like, maybe 1 or 2 days, and 1 or 2 days, like, the most of the week, right? And if I don't go and reach in the bag, it's being donated. Like, or I try to sell things, which is honestly also delaying my process, that I realize. And yeah, like, and maybe just donate the full things. But to be honest, like, emptiness is also peace of mind for a lot of people, and maybe it could be for you. Anyways, I just wanted to share this video for a whole rant, and why you shouldn't have your items control you, and why you should, not work for things, because you're never truly going to be happy with it. And to be honest, it doesn't matter whether people think about you. If you have, the iPhone, I don't know, like 12, like, who knows? I don't know what we're on. We're on 16, 17. I thought we're on 22, but someone told me that's Samsung, so I don't know. Well, anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Till next time, bye.